Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to episode 6 of Dawg Talk. Woo! You hyped, Ethan? Are you hyped, Ethan?
I'm hyped, bro.
We're so hyped because we have a new game that we'd like to try out today on this brand new episode.
One of the best games.
One of the best games. That's what they're saying. They're saying it's one of the best.
Nah, bro.
What?
Let me just insert this in here real quick.
Okay.
Why no one told me that in Calculus 2 we got to integrate by parts?
Yeah.
What does this even mean,
I don't
y'all?
know what that means. I don't know.
Exactly. I don't know what it means either. I'm cooked. That's all I'm gonna say.
I think you're cooked, yeah, dude. I don't know what integrating by parts is. That something that the baby didn't do?
The baby, I was talking to him the other day. He got points off because he forgot the constant of integration. So
of course
he got 2 points off.
Simple mistake.
That's such a rookie mistake.
Yeah, honestly, that's like the first thing they teach you in calculus.
So that's on him. I don't feel bad.
I don't feel bad either. That really is on him.
Another one of my classes. I showed up. The professor, he started asking me. He said, "What's your social class?" He started asking us all this. He was tweaking. He gave us like a quiz to determine our social class. He was like, "You guys need to know this."
Is that the same professor that gave you like the personality test to see what your strengths and weaknesses? What is this guy?
No. That's a different one. The guy who asked about my social class, the class is critical analysis and social responsibility.
Well, I think that's why he took it. I think that's why he took the...
I don't want to know that I'm not upper class. I want to look like them. I want to be billionaires.
Mm-hmm.
Let me cosplay.
Let me cosplay as an upperclassman, please.
My strengths, that was something that the school required me to do. That was like before classes even started.
They wanted to find out where your strengths and weaknesses lie.
My strengths are maximizer, harmony, relator, learner, and like context. I don't even know what that means. But that's my strengths.
Bro's good at context. What does that mean? You're good at giving context, or
no? It's like applying like history and things that happened in the past to like things that are happening now.
That's fair. I think you are good at that.
That's my strengths, guys.
My school didn't make me do anything like that.
Well, I go to like a weird school. The other day I was walking out of my calculus class and I was going to the union, and there was these people like playing The Weeknd very, very loud at like this booth, and on the booth they had a bunch of pictures of Ronald Reagan.
What was it? Did you investigate?
I didn't. I'm really scared when I walk past there because usually when you walk past there's like a bunch of like church frats, and they want you to come join them. So they're like, "Hey man, you want a popsicle? Hey, we got t-shirts."
You take one popsicle. You're your brother for the rest of your life.
No, and then they talk to you for like 40 minutes and make you like follow them on everything. And they're like, "All right, man, I hope to see you later."
And then you don't see them later.
And it's like I don't. So every time I walk past there now, I kind of like just look at the ground.
It's so real. That's reasonable.
It's called Free Speech Alley.
I don't have a free speech alley, but I do have in front of the overhang of the library, and there's always like a bunch of groups right there trying to sell you stuff. Even my own girlfriend is in a sorority, and she's always trying to sell baked goods or something, but and I'm like, I don't want to buy your baked goods, and then I look like a bad person because I don't want to support deaf people. Yeah, maybe I should buy the baked goods next time.
Whenever I was first touring my school, like in March or whatever, they like walked us past this place, and at that time there was a bunch of like crazy people protesting like it was like ridiculous. They were like protesting that like the moon landing is fake and that there's like lizard people, and they were like being dead serious and like yelling at people.
Do you think it's fake?
Well, I'm not gonna put any opinions out there, but
I thought it was fake and made of cheese.
Just know, don't believe what they tell you.
Don't believe everything you read.
Just because you saw it on the internet doesn't mean it's true.
Is that true? I thought everything on the
True,
internet
man.
was 100% factual information.
Only on TikTok.
Okay, yeah, that's right. That's why they want to ban TikTok.
Because there's too many facts.
There's too many real facts on TikTok, so they want to ban it.
When is that happening? I thought they were supposed to ban it already.
No, I think they're banning it like next year or so. I think they had like a year left or something. I don't know.
Oh, so I thought they were supposed to ban it in like August.
I don't know. August is like over.
Whenever they ban it, I'm just gonna go onto Instagram Reels. Probably.
I'll be so honest. So there was one night I was on vacation when I remember. I talked about this on the podcast.
You went to the beach.
I went to the beach for that One Poo Dog Plus video.
Of course.
Yeah. So when I was at the beach, it was really late at night, and I thought it would be funny because I got this TikTok on my TikTok that said, "Congratulations, you have reached the end of TikTok." And I turned to my girlfriend and I said, "Hey, look, I have finished TikTok. Look at this." And then she's like, "That's just a video. What are you talking about?" I'm like, "No, it's over. I don't need it anymore." And I deleted it off my phone.
Won't be needing this
anymore. And then I started. I've been using Instagram Reels a lot more. I'll be honest. I laugh at Instagram Reels a lot more than TikTok. I don't know why.
Well, my issue with Instagram Reels is that they're just like worse because you send them to someone, and whenever you click on like the first one and you scroll, it doesn't go to like the next video they see. It just gives you a random reel.
And then if you don't know that, then it goes into like you go into like a rabbit hole of just doom scrolling.
It's like, what is all this?
It's so bad. Like I'll be like, why is Ethan sending me a video about I just lost my dog, and then he's sending me a video about like a monkey.
Nah, that's how you know it's not me.
That's how you know it's not him. Fun fact about Ethan: Ethan hates the little monkeys on Instagram.
They're so ugly. If I'm getting a monkey, I'm getting a gorilla.
You're getting a gorilla?
I do not want one of those little capuchins or whatever those other ugly
things I really don't know what the other ones are called. Like the ones that all like the people
all
in
the
like,
Instagram people
China have. Yeah.
The ugly ones.
They're cute. I think they're cute. But
no.
The thing about them, the downside about those videos is I found a Twitter thread or X thread or whatever, and it was all about how those monkeys are all abused. So I built my TikTok, not my TikTok, my Instagram like explore page brick by brick by constantly looking at funny monkey videos doing funny human things, and then I see an X thread and I'm like, wow. Now I have to like feel bad about myself. So I keep seeing those videos, and then if I'm like just kind of doom scrolling brain rot, I'm just like, look at the funny monkey, and then randomly I'll get to one, and I'm like, oh, he looks kind of sad. And then I just get really depressed.
I'm not trying to take you off your sad monkey rant, but Can we just talk about this Twitter X thing? Why'd they do that?
That's so stupid.
No one calls it. No one's ever gonna call it X. It's always gonna be X, parentheses, formerly Twitter,
formerly known as Twitter.
Like they're never. No one's ever gonna just be like, "Oh, I was scrolling on X today."
Except my dad. My dad calls it X, which is weird because one of their friends is like a constant little tweeter, and they say, "Yeah, I posted this on X," and then my dad is always like, "Yeah, you go post that on your X. Go post that on X." Because I don't think he knows what Twitter is.
The issue with X is it's just such like a bland name.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't just be like, "Yeah, dude, I love X."
And then of course everyone knows that it has like negative connotation. Like if you're saying, "Yeah, I'm on X," and you're like, "You're on what?"
It's just such a bad. Like I get why he did it because it kind of goes with his whole like. Elon Musk loves that letter apparently because he has SpaceX.
Mm-hmm.
I think he has something about X's in Tesla, if I had to assume.
Yeah.
I don't know too much about him, but
I don't really look into Elon Musk that much.
Didn't he name one of his kids like XAB or something?
I heard a rumor that was fake, and he just did that as like a publicity stunt.
Well, I believe that.
But and I do believe that too, because why the hell would you actually name your kid that? With that like Gleep Glorp Zeep Zop name?
I mean, hey, some people just. I think it actually no. I think it's illegal. There's a law that you can't name your kid something that's like offensive or hurtful. Like that's why you don't see babies walking around named like Hitler because it's actually like illegal.
Well, you know what's not illegal that I saw like a Instagram reel about, that you can name your child Loser.
No, you cannot.
I saw
No, you.
I don't know if this is real, but this was made by a popular TikToker or whatever. I saw it on one of my TikTok or Instagram, one of them, and he was saying that this guy, bro, just like crashed out and he said, "Nah, I'm gonna name. I have these two twin sons. I'm gonna name one winner and one loser."
I do not believe this, bro.
Guess what happened? Winner became a unsuccessful person in life, and loser became a winner in life because he was an underdog.
You know what they've been telling me all week? They've been saying, "Oh, people born with natural talent are more likely to fail. You need a growth mindset to succeed."
That's true. That's true. I think that's true, but that's also not true, because there's so many times where I'll be just on my grind, and then someone with a gifted skill set comes up and just steals my thunder, and I'm just like want to crash out.
They just keep yapping. They're like, people with the natural talent, they don't have the skills
drive
built up when they encounter a challenge that is harder than their natural talent can cover. They can't get over it, but someone with the growth mindset, with the grit to persevere, they can do it.
I think that's fair. I think that makes sense.
They've been yapping this to me. I don't care, bro. Does that make me a bad person to not care about?
No, I don't think it makes you a bad person. I feel like it naturally, as humans, we just don't like people that are better than us. And it's like a learned trait to overcome that hate and just be like, nah, it's fine that people are better than us.
Everyone is better than you at something. That's just a fact.
Something. I mean, you can't be the best in the world at literally everything.
That's a fact. There's someone out there. Well, there is someone out there that is the best at everything.
Something. There's someone. I mean,
there's gotta be someone who's like objectively overall the best human, right?
I mean, probably, but that just makes me feel bad about myself. Why would we look into that?
Like they gotta be like a jack of all trades type of guy. Like he's gotta be like the GOAT.
I feel like that, like a year ago, people would say that's what Mr. Beast is. But like,
what's up, Brayden?
Oh, Brayden's here.
Brayden, you want to have some words of encouragement for the pod?
Keep it up, guys.
Keep it up. Oh wow, that's great.
You think Mr. Beast is a jack of all trades? He's just rich. He's good at having money and making YouTube.
Yeah,
I don't give him a toilet, and I doubt he can fix it, bro.
No, bro, but I feel like a year ago when people were like, "Oh my god, I love you, Mr. Beast." Now everybody hates Mr. Beast. But like I feel like a year ago when everybody's like, "Mr. Beast is probably the best person ever. Oh my god, I can't believe he would make Squid Games. It's so awesome." Like I feel like then people would be like, "Probably the best human is Mr. Beast because he gives away his money and he doesn't care about how much money he has," which we found out this year was like not true. And he needs money. Like he yearns for it.
I mean, yeah, no duh. I think the best human ever is probably some guy that no one knows the name of. He probably has like 15 followers on Instagram.
He probably doesn't even have social media.
It's probably like he only goes on social media to look at like what his like brother posted. Mm-hmm. Or I keep on saying him with their brother. Could be a woman, could be a man, could be something else. We don't know. Could be a dog.
I don't know. I just think they're probably a very poor family-oriented person who really cares about the people around them, and that's probably what the best person in the world is. Definitely not a rich game show host.
Yeah, I don't know what the Mr. Beast glaze is all about. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't like Mr. Beast anymore. I'm on the Mr. Beast like if he would say, "Oh my God, I can give you $1 million," I'd say, "Nah, I'm good. I don't want your money."
I don't really know. I never really was like a huge fan of him, so my opinion of him has not changed in the slightest.
No, I know, but my opinion has changed because I used to like it because I liked his silly little game shows, but now I'm just like, whatever. I don't really care. But speaking of game shows, Ethan and I are gonna be little Mr. Beast today. Not horrible treatment towards each other.
Well, we might be.
We might. Who knows? We could. You guys don't know how we act behind the scenes. Today we have organized a little game show between the two of us that is called Movie Maker. It could be changed. The name could be changed because this is the first episode. Nothing's set in stone.
On it.
The rules can change at any point, but this is how the game will work. Ethan and I have made 3 different wheels on like the wheel website. What are those called? The spinner wheel things? I don't know. Anyways, we made 3 little wheels, and one has a protagonist name, one has a genre of movie, and one has a setting. And we're going to have to go genre, character, setting. We're going to roll on each one of those wheels, and then Ethan and I we'll have to make we'll give it maybe a few minutes to maybe a minute to think, and then we have to come up with a movie. Like maybe not like a full like everything's in detail. Oh, this is gonna happen. This is gonna happen.
But at least like just a rough synopsis.
A synopsis, yeah, like a synopsis of a movie. Since this is a movie-oriented podcast. So, Ethan, are you ready to play, or do you have any?
Wait! Before we play, can we discuss the rules on rerolls? Because there are some like crazy things. Like we kind of went very broad, so there are certain things that just wouldn't work. So what do we do when that happens?
So, by the way, guys, you're kind of seeing this live and in living color, us figuring this out, because we made this maybe like 10 minutes before Dawg Talk. Yeah. Anyways, I think maybe we can get 3 rerolls.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll do. How many rounds do you think we'll do? We've got maybe about half hour, 45 minutes left.
We'll go until we think we're good. We'll go until we think.
Okay.
We're good.
So the way that we're gonna do this, and the way we're gonna get rerolls and stuff, we're gonna get 3 rerolls, one for almost each round, because there's gonna be 4 rounds of Ethan and I yipping and yapping, and we're gonna do a collaborative effort of trying to make a movie with a setting, protagonist, and genre. So we get 3 rerolls out of the 4 rounds. So there's what's 3 times 4?
12.
There 12. So there's 3 wheels, 4 rounds. That's 12 times we have to spin a wheel. We get only 3 shots to reroll.
Okay.
So, Ethan, are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
All right, guys. This is the first time we have a visual on season 2 of Dawg Talk besides just random photos. I hope this all goes well. I'm recording this, I think, but if not, I'll have to redo this.
Yeah, if you have to redo it, you'll have to rig it, bro. Record it.
I will have to rig it. I'm recording it right now. I'm trying. But okay, guys. So, this is round 1 of 4, and we're starting off with the genre. Ethan, are you ready to play?
I'm ready. Hit that spin. Sci-fi. Okay.
Anyways, so we got sci-fi, guys. Now we have to pick a protagonist. And as you can see, there's many different kinds of protagonists. There are just broad things like president or waitress. And then there's things like Chucky or Wile E. Coyote. Let's see,
anthropomorphic
Ethan.
moon.
Or anthropomorphic moon. Ethan, are you ready to spin?
I'm ready. I'm kind of worried about this one. Let's see what we get.
We have to make a sci-fi movie about... Oh, I thought it was gonna... Oh my god! We got it! We got... Round one, we got anthropomorphic moon.
The anthropomorphic moon, sci-fi. That's probably the best combination besides maybe Alien.
What? But here's the issue. What's the setting?
Only like 2 of these settings work.
I know, and it's an anthropomorphic moon.
Oh my!
Oh my
no
god!
shot.
We did not rig this. I swear to God.
No shot.
I swear to God, we did not.
Anthropomorphic moon, sci-fi in space.
How
Does
do?
it
Okay,
know?
but here's the thing. It's too easy. How the hell do we do it?
I
What's it
know
gonna
how to
be
do
about?
it. I know what it's
Okay.
about.
Okay.
Are we ready?
Are we ready? I'm
All right.
ready.
So here's my base plan. I think sci-fi movie is just, what even does sci-fi mean? That just means it's like kind of weird and fantastical. So
Mm-hmm.
there's this anthropomorphic moon in space, and there's a civilization of people with spaceships and laser guns living on him. He's pissed
Okay.
because they're mining inside of him, and it's giving him a headache because the moon is alive.
What if they flew a rocket into his eye?
Exactly. So he doesn't like them anymore. He invited them there, but now he wants them to get off, but they don't want to leave. So he has to adventure through space and find other planets and moons
Who
and get
have a
them
similar
to
issue.
to convince these people to leave. He has to get the other planets to convince them to leave.
I've got. Okay, I'm gonna piggyback on what you did. I'm gonna piggyback. Okay, so this moon, who's living in space, of course,
Okay.
he has, all these people living on his back, basically, and he goes to the local, moon doctor,
Okay.
moon doctor, and he has to figure out, oh, how do I get all these people off? Then
They're like parasites.
they're like little parasites or like ticks
Okay.
for the moon. So he's like, oh, and they're like, oh, I recommend you use this paste to put on your body, and then he's like, okay.
Was it Parmesan cheese?
It's like it could be Parmesan cheese, yeah, because the moon is made out of cheese. What is up with us continuously talking about the moon in
Hey.
in these episodes of Dawg Talk?
It's
I don't know, but anyways, I think you can piggyback onto what I said. I think that's how we'll
So-
continue to do these.
so
You'll
he-
piggyback
he-
on what I said.
He flies around space. You know, he gets to the doctor, and the doctor's like, hey, you got to get this treatment.
Mm-hmm.
But to get the treatment, you got to go to Solaris B. Solaris B is a long ride, so
It is a long ride, and then I think I'm gonna piggyback on top of that. There's one little parasite that isn't so bad and is kind of like an advocate to stop trying to he's got kind of like a person living on Earth that's an advocate to stop trying to ruin the planet. So
And-
the moon, the anthropomorphic moon, really likes this person, and he bonds with them along the way to wherever you just said they had to go, because I was
Solaris B.
Solaris B. Okay, yeah. So,
So
what do you think happens after that?
I think the moon, he's kind of at a loss because he wants to get rid of these parasites, but he really has formed a strong bond with this one, and he doesn't want this one to die. So
Mhm.
he has to find a way to get only that one thing. What are these
Mhm.
things? Are they people or are they like aliens? What are they?
What do we? So you
Let's
said
say-
originally you said people, right?
Let's say they're like people, but they're not.
What if
they're
we
not
say
people.
they're
They're like
they're
Gringorfs.
aliens? They're
They're
aliens
Gringorfs.
called Zinglops.
They're like the aliens from Star Wars that have like human bodies, but they have like the bug face.
Mm-hmm.
That's that's what they
like
are.
like the planet Omni-Man goes to.
Yeah, Planet Omni-Man.
They're like basically humans, but they're not humans.
So, he goes to whenever he gets to Solaris B after this one Zinglorf on him helps him by strapping a rocket to his back to make him go faster so he can get there
Mhm.
faster. He gets there, but now he wants to save this one guy. So he talks to another planet, and he's like, "Hey, man, can you hold him for 1 sec?" Passes him off to a different moon. All right, and then he takes the powder, applies it generously to himself. You know, fixing all the holes in him now from the Zinglorfs mining into him, and exterminating the Zinglorf race, to where his friend Jerry is the last one. But now Jerry doesn't like him anymore because he killed his family.
He killed his family and everyone he loved. So I think, now, what is the name of our anthropomorphic moon?
Let's go with Holly.
Holly,
he had holes all over him.
Holly, the moon, goes to pick up Jerry from another anthropomorphic moon because that's where he left him, and there's more Zinklorps on this moon, and as he's waiting for Holly to apply the paste, Jerry bonds with a lot of these people, and once he finds out that Holly destroyed his entire race and everyone he loves, he wants to stay with the other moon. So now Holly's on another quest to try and convince Jerry to come live with them.
Maybe this is the now we're on the sequel, I think.
And that's the sequel. It ends like Empire Strikes Back.
He knows he has to go on another quest to win Jerry back.
Win Jerry's heart, and then it becomes a rom-com in space.
How does he win?
He has to make him fall in love with him.
How does he win Jerry back, though?
Through the power of love, dude.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like if I was Jerry, I'd be pretty pissed.
Yeah, you kill my whole race, I'd be kind of mad, too.
Like, if the anthropomorphic Earth just, decided one day, yeah, no, I'm killing everything, I'd be kind of pissed at it.
So maybe Jerry has to Holly has to figure a way out to get all the people back. Maybe he didn't, kill them all with the paste. It kind of just,
they're frozen.
Or they're frozen. Yeah, they're frozen. That's better.
They're frozen, so he has
to... now Holly has the dilemma of trying to win back Jerry by unfreezing all his people and having pain for himself, or just never seeing Jerry again.
He has to either put himself in a bad situation for love, or move on and be alone. So,
and you know which one he chooses. You know which one he chooses.
Maybe the theme of this movie is with love you have to have some give and take, man.
So the full plot of the movie, Holly the Moon is annoyed by the wars and annoyances that the Zinglorp race is doing on the backside of him. And meanwhile, he goes to during the day, he leaves his post on a planet and goes to a doctor that says that he needs to get a certain paste that will not kill them, but freeze them, and he will not have any pain anymore. But, where is he going again?
He's going to Solaris B, which is very far away.
He's going to Solaris B to get his little paste, and it's a long trek. So one of the activists on Holly decides, oh wow, that's a long way, and you really want to get whatever this is because let's say Jerry doesn't know what it is. And Jerry's like, okay, well, I'll help you because I am also really good with rockets for some reason, or my dad is or something. So I'll strap a rocket to you to go all the way to Solaris B. And once they get there, along the way, Jerry bonds with Holly, and eventually he leaves Jerry off, and on another moon that also has Zeeglorps while he gets the paste. And as he's applying the paste to freeze all of Jerry's race, the Zeeglorps on the other moon that he leaves Jerry on tell him, no, only reason anybody ever comes here is to get the paste. And the paste will freeze your entire race. And then Jerry's like, no, this can't be true. Not my Holly. My Holly wouldn't do that. Then they have the dilemma between Holly and Jerry of does he keep it frozen or does he not keep it frozen? And Holly eventually decides to have the pain on his back just so he can have his friend Jerry. That's a good movie. I think that's a good movie.
There's your movie. I don't know if it's sci-fi. We might have failed the sci-fi.
No, it's got aliens. It's sci-fi.
I think we did pretty good.
Okay. All right. Moving on to the next movie.
Chat, in the comments, link your rating out of 10
of each of these movies. What do we call? What should we call this one?
This one is
Love on the Nebulous Strip.
There you go.
Love on the Nebulous Strip is movie number 1.
Or maybe Love on the Moon.
Love on the Moon. Okay.
There you go.
Love on the Moon. Love on the Moon. Love on the Move. Anyways, all right. Let's do another movie and probably let's see what we got.
Okay. Racing movie.
A racing movie.
Okay.
All right, whatever that means. Okay. Let's see our protagonist.
Okay. Who we got? We got Goku? Okay, wait. Before we move on from here, let's discuss.
Do you want to give him a rival?
Should he have like a racing rival?
I think so.
Okay, but I feel like the issue is if we give him a rival, we can't devolve it into like they become friends.
Okay.
Because we just did this.
Yeah.
I don't want them all to be about love.
A rival he needs to overcome. But it's at the end it's not like they're besties, but they're like they earn respect.
All right, do it again. Give him another character.
Let's give another character. Let's see who Goku's rival will be in his race. Oh! Okay. No! Okay, we have to hide Anthropomorphic Moon. Okay. I'm hiding him.
It's just a waitress.
Goku versus a waitress?
What are they racing for?
I don't know. Should we use a reroll?
Yeah, do a reroll.
We gotta make 2 more movies after this. Okay.
Do a reroll. That's our first reroll.
We've used our first reroll here.
What?
No! Oh, a YouTuber? Okay, that could work.
Okay, we got Mr. Beast versus
Goku in a race against time. Let's see.
Okay,
Let's see
where
are they racing? If we get space, we'll take it out.
They're racing to the White House. Not from to.
No, it says the White House. So you don't want them to race at the White House? You want them to race to the White House?
That's their goal. I'm changing the whole way this game works. That's
fine by me. Also, I'm hiding all the choices that we've done.
Their goal is to get to the White House because, and whoever gets there first is the president. So
okay, well, here's the thing. Who's the villain of the movie? Is it Goku?
No. Goku's the protagonist.
You're right. Because we rolled him first.
Is the antagonist.
Mr. Beast is the antagonist.
Or is that our YouTuber, or do we just make one up?
Nah. We'll use Mr. Beast. I'm fine with it. We talked about him earlier in the pod. We can use him.
Mr. Beast, he's running for president. He kind of has this huge thing because his main running point is whenever he becomes president, the whole country will be like Mr. Beast YouTube channel. There'll be free money all the time.
Mm-hmm.
and there'll be Squid Games.
But
And
then
so
But then Goku believes that Squid Games is bad.
everyone loves Mr. Beast, and then Goku comes out and he says, Mr. Beast's policies are bad. If everyone gets $1 million, then $1 million becomes the next $1. And at first, people boo him. They say, we love Squid Games.
We love Squid Games. I hope we can do. I love Squid Games. I hope we can have Squid Games every day, Goku. Why don't you like Squid Games? And then he says, "Ugh, Squid Games is bad, and so
And
is
then-
what you're doing to the economy."
And then they have a debate, right? And in the middle of the debate, Mr. Beast tries to give him money. Because he says, oh, just because you aren't going to win this race doesn't mean you can't win anything. So he
Okay,
tries to
well,
give him money.
so is it okay? Is this a car race or is this a race to the White House?
It's a race to the White House presidential race.
I thought you meant they were starting in like California and then racing to the White House. But no, I think this is so much funnier doing an election between Mr. Beast.
So when Mr. Beast tries to give him the money, Goku goes Super Saiyan P for presidential. Instead of his clothes ripping off, he puts on a suit and tie.
No, his clothes rip off, but there's like a suit underneath that clearly was not there before his clothes ripped off.
And he gets like this crazy debate energy, and then he's like points his finger at Goku and says, not Goku. Goku points his finger at Mr. Beast and he says, "That's where you're wrong, pal." And then he punches Mr. Beast through the wall, and everyone starts cheering.
What is Goku's rebuttal after this? Or does he just win the debate because he punches Mr. Beast through the wall?
I think at that point, Mr. Beast has to go to the hospital because he wasn't prepared. He doesn't have Ultra Instinct.
Okay, so this is where Goku thinks he wins. But
Goku
Mr.
thought he
Beast has
won.
something. He has something up his sleeve. Mr. Beast
That's
has a little
when-
something up his sleeve.
All right, you go. What's his ace?
His ace up his sleeve is that he has dirt on Goku. Something that could get him canceled.
Uh-oh, what did he do?
Goku, not only is he famous for going Super Saiyan P and punching Mr. Beast through a wall, he's also known for cutting off his monkey tail and pretending to be a race that he is not.
Uh-oh.
Goku gets canceled by all of America, and Goku has to figure a new way to do this, because he was saying he was just a normal human, even though everybody knows
he was a Saiyan.
Yeah, everybody knows he's a Saiyan, but he's been telling everybody, yeah, I'm just a human.
And do the Earthlings hate Saiyans, maybe?
They don't like Saiyans, but he's just been kind of convincing everyone that
He's like,
he
no, guys, I'm just a normal human.
Matter of fact, the reason why all of them know that he's a Saiyan is because he went Super Saiyan P and punched Mr. Beast.
So they loved it at first, but then they realized...
oh wait, only a Saiyan could do this. And Mr. Beast is ecstatic in the hospital.
So Mr. Beast makes a press announcement about it on the news. The sad song, I'm not scared of the dark. And it's Goku sitting in his room, head in his hands.
How could I be so foolish?
But then, Vegeta. I'm be honest, guys. I haven't watched Dragon Ball, so
neither have I. But I think this is it's going pretty well so far.
Then Vegeta comes in a spaceship from the Saiyan homeworld, and he brings with him his wife, who is a human. And he says, the people of Earth, look, Saiyans and humans, we can coexist. Just because we come from another planet and look very much like you and are all named after vegetables doesn't mean that we are any worse than you.
And then Vegeta says, and you know what? Just to prove how good Goku is, I'll be his running mate. Wow. Chills. Goosebumps on the arm.
Full body chills.
Full body chills. Vegeta, who are you guys gonna vote for? Beast or Goku Vegeta?
Exactly.
So now Beast starts scrambling. He says, "Oh, I need a running mate now. I need a running mate."
He picks foolishly in a rush. He picks Chandler, who never wins.
Who never wins, but he doesn't think about that because he's Mr. Beast. He thinks he's got it all figured out. He's rich. He thinks he's got it. He thinks he's got this race in the bag because he had an ace up his sleeve. Like, there's no way he's gonna lose to a Saiyan. There's no way he's gonna lose to a Saiyan.
They have a press conference of Goku, and he comes out and he announces his new policy, where he will teach everyone how to become Super Saiyan.
And everyone loves it.
He'll teach them Ultra Instinct, and they're all like, "Well, I mean, hey, that'd be pretty cool."
And they think that's a lot cooler than Squid Games.
So they kind of start the tides start shifting. You look at the polls. People aren't really happy with Mr. Beast's Chandler pick because they know he never wins.
And he's also not really saying any.
Loser.
He's not saying any policies or anything. He's not saying what he's going to do whenever he's vice president. He's kind of just like reading Bible verses on TikTok. That's all he's really doing. There's nothing wrong with what he's doing, but that's all he's doing. He's not even trying to be vice president.
Also, someone else on TikTok, unrelated to either Goku or Mr. Beast, started just talking about how the giving out the free money is bad for the economy. Even though Goku was saying this earlier, no one really cared. But now that some random guy on TikTok, we'll have him come back later.
Yeah.
This random guy on TikTok, he's saying it. People start believing it now because if it's on TikTok, it's true.
Like we said earlier in the podcast, if it's on TikTok, it's true.
So people start realizing this, and now Mr. Beast is even in an even worse spot because, he needs to convince people that his policies still stand up, even though the people on TikTok are really poking some holes in it. They even brought up the original clip of the Squid Games and showed that people die in Squid Games, and people aren't very happy about this. They don't want to die, so
they don't want to die. They thought Squid Games could be fun, but they realized they turned on the wrong Squid Games. They watched the Netflix game show Squid Games. They didn't watch the original Squid Games. Where people actually died.
I'm finding some correlation in my head right now. What's up with Super Saiyan P and P Diddy, maybe? What's up with this?
I don't think we need to go into that. Okay. I think we need to wrap the movie up.
Here's my correlation.
Mm-hmm.
That guy on TikTok is P Diddy.
Wow.
He comes in, he announces, so Goku, it's election day, November 11th.
Mm-hmm.
Goku, it's looking really good for him. But then from the shadows, the third party candidate, P. Diddy, comes in, and he announces that he is the one who gave Goku the ability to go Super Saiyan P.
Oh, shoot.
And he kills Mr. Beast. On the stage.
On the stage, he kills him?
He goes up to Mr. Beast, picks him up by his neck, and throws him through the roof and says, "What will you do now, Goku?"
What will you do now, Goku, when all there is Diddy parties?
Goku says, "Huh, I like those odds." And then he just won the election as Mr. Beast died, so he uses his presidential powers now.
He does have presidential powers.
So he stabs himself with the stand arrow from JoJo. He uses his stand, mass incarceration, to arrest P. Diddy. That's how the movie ends, with the crowd applauding Goku, and it's revealed that he runs for 8 terms. That's it.
It's like at the end of those biopic movies where it's Goku then ran for traitors. Actually, no. They were like America then became a
Goku.
Goku. they never had to pick a new president.
He
Okay.
was their king.
He then became the king of America. Okay, are you ready for round 3?
Yeah,
I don't think we need to go over that movie. So, what's the name of that movie, guys?
Let's go with The Power of P, Race to Presidency, or Race to the White House.
The Power of P, Race to the White House. Okay, we'll do that. All right. So we have what's the first one? Love on the Moon and The Power of P, Race to the White House. All right. Let's see what kind of movie we are making next. An adventure film.
Adventure. Okay.
Now let's figure out who our protagonist is.
So, adventure. What is it? Do we have to give him a quest? Maybe.
Maybe. Oh my god. Of course.
So
Of course.
Have any of you seen the movie Jumanji? Have any of you seen this movie called Jumanji?
Okay, but it might not be an adventure movie in the rainforest. Okay. Also, should we give The Rock a? I think this is what we should do. We should do a protagonist, and then we should do a partner.
Okay, let's give him a buddy. Let's give him a
buddy. Should we hide this?
Hide the Rock.
Okay. So let's see who The Rock's buddy in his adventure will be. Please no.
No. So, is this the sequel to the last
No, we're
movie?
hiding the choice. We're doing a different one.
Okay.
We don't do repeats.
Okay, we can't have repeats. Which one is it?
Michael Myers. Both of them would have been crazy.
Michael Myers.
And The Rock on an adventure
Adventuring.
where?
How do they even have chemistry? Let's see, where are they adventuring? No way.
Near an erupting volcano.
I'm gonna let you start this one.
Or should we do another reroll?
You can do a reroll.
We can use a reroll for each movie now because we have this one and then we have another one after this. So, all right. We'll use our second reroll here. In a school. Okay, this could be easier.
Okay, I'm gonna let you start this one off because I started off the last two.
Okay, here's the question though: are we starting off in the school, or are we, does the whole thing take place at a school?
I say we leave that up to interpretation, but the central point of the movie has to be about the school. I think, at least the starting or the ending.
I think maybe we just do the whole thing in the school just for simplicity. So we have Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Michael Myers. They are classmates at either where should this school be? Should it be in Illinois where Michael Myers is from, or should it be in Samoa?
Let's put it. I was gonna say Illinois, but Samoa is funnier. Let's put it. No, let's do Illinois. I'll be honest. I don't know what Samoa actually is.
We'll just do Illinois because I don't know if The Rock is from Samoa. I don't know if he was born there. So I don't know.
Illinois.
I know he is Samoan, but all right, let's do Illinois. So it takes place in Chicago, Illinois. Just because that's the only place in Illinois that anybody knows. And Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is a new student. He's a transfer student from the island of Samoa. And he goes into the class on the first day, and it's one of those those movies where they're Oh wow. Um, I'm hey guys, I'm a new student here. Uh, I hope you guys like me. My name is Dwayne. And then the teacher's like, everyone be nice to Dwayne. He comes from really far away. And then all the students immediately are. The Rock notices that all the students are sitting on one side of the class, and then there's this other kid on the other side of the class that no one is sitting around, and he has a white Halloween mask on. And The Rock thinks, well, why don't I go sit with this guy? Because all these guys, apparently all the people in the class, they're kind of making fun of The Rock. They're like, who's this little dork coming from the island of Samoa? Where even is that? Because they're idiot like fifth graders. So
Okay.
we've got The Rock. He goes sit next to Michael Myers. He goes, hi, what's your name? He doesn't say a word, but he points to his name tag on his desk. It says Michael. And then Dwayne's like, are you new here too? He shakes his head no. There's not a lot of chemistry at first between the two, but they're working it out. There's a few growing pains. Okay, what were you gonna say?
I know you're trying to make them children, but I think in my mind I'm imagining like a grown The Rock and a like grown Michael Myers inside of like a school, and they're acting like they're fifth graders, but they're like clearly not.
Okay, well that's how it will be. They're in the lore of the movie. They are fifth graders, but they are played by a full-sized Michael Myers and a full-sized Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
So this is an adventure movie though, so we have a few scenes of them establishing, their friendship.
Mm-hmm.
But then, Michael, he goes off to a different school, and because he couldn't talk, he could never tell Dwayne which school he was transferring to. And after that was The Rock's only true friend at this school, so he needs to find him.
Mm-hmm. And then one day, as The Rock is lonely and bored at school, he's looking on the internet because this is set in modern day. He's looking and he sees there is an increase in murders somewhere in Massachusetts. And
maybe
he's like,
in Salem?
In Salem, maybe. In Salem. We'll say in Salem because it's a Halloween oriented movie, so we'll do that. So he's like, wow, a lot of murders. That's crazy. I can't believe that. And then he sees that all of the murders are by knife wound, and there's only one suspect that they're all saying is him, is the murderer. And it's Michael Myers. He finds out where Michael Myers is, but he needs to figure a way to get there because The Rock
needs to prove his innocence.
He needs to prove he's innocent, but he also needs to get there to him. And he has another issue because he's in fifth grade, even though he's a fully grown Rock. He is in fifth grade. His mom's not going to let him just go to Massachusetts.
He does what any fifth grader would do. Mm-hmm. And while his mom is asleep, he steals the car keys and her money.
Mm-hmm.
He takes the car out. He starts driving. He doesn't even really know where he's going. But luckily, it's the modern age, so he has Google Maps. As he's backing out, he runs into a mailbox. Along the way, he hits a couple of trash cans.
Just like a normal fifth grader would if they were driving.
He makes it about 50 miles, and he runs out of gas because he doesn't know how that he has to fuel up.
Mm-hmm.
So he ditches his mom's car.
Also, this part where he stole his mom's car will never come up again and will be an unexplained thing. Like, why did this fifth grader, full-grown Rock, just steal his mom's car and no one cared?
And he goes on foot for a bit before hitchhiking. He's hitchhiking. He gets in the truck with a simi, and they have the radio playing. And on the radio, he hears a news report about a missing Dwayne Johnson from Chicago, Illinois, mm-hmm. and how his parents are worried about him.
They're not worried about their stolen car, but they are worried about him.
But they forgot that to give him an iPhone. So he doesn't
Mhm.
have an iPhone. So they can't just call him.
But what about his Google Maps?
That was built into the car.
You're right. It was built into the car.
So they can't just call him. They don't know where he is. And he doesn't want to say anything to anyone about who he really is.
Mhm.
So he has to hide from the law because he has to get to Salem to free his friend, and then he'll go home. So he's making his way. He gets to, let's say at some point he stops because this semi-truck guy, he's not going actually to Salem. He just stops along the way.
Mhm.
He's in a gas station buying some snacks, and there's some police officers there hanging up flyers of his face. Have you seen this kid?
Mhm.
But Dwayne's checking out, so he doesn't know that they put these flyers up, but they put them up behind him, and the cashier sees these posters.
He makes a connection. Wait a minute. Aren't you? He looks back at The Rock, and The Rock has a comically large mustache and glasses on. And he says, "Aren't I what?" And then he says, "Never mind. I thought you reminded me of someone." The Rock leaves the gas station. And at this point, what state do we think he's in?
Let's say he's
Let's say he is in Massachusetts, but he's nowhere close to Salem.
he's on like the other side.
He's on the other side. So now he needs to walk across Massachusetts. He starts walking for a little bit and then runs into a somewhat of a problem. The famous Massachusetts Gorge is right there.
Gorge?
And yeah, it's a gorge, like a giant pit. It runs across the entirety of Massachusetts. It's not a real thing in real life, but it is a thing in
like
this
a
world.
ravine in Minecraft.
Yeah, like there's a giant Minecraft-sized ravine in the middle of Massachusetts between him and Salem. I don't really know where
shoot.
Salem is on the map.
I don't
But
know either.
If wherever Salem is, he's on the opposite of that.
Okay.
So now he needs to think of a new plan on how to get to the other side. He thinks about going side to side, but then he hears tale from an old farmer named Gene Green that this is no normal ravine. This is a ravine that goes statewide, and he says if you need to get across, you gotta find something, probably an airplane, I'd guess. Maybe an airplane, or maybe some kind of like Da Vinci type copter. You know what I'm talking about? Like one of his
and
little inventions.
He doesn't have time to walk all the way around the ravine because, every second the cops are getting closer.
Yeah. Because
So-
they think they'd already. He's been able to evade them a couple of times because his glasses disguise comes in handy sometimes that he bought at the gas station, but he really still needs to get to Salem.
I'm going to add a little exposition that happened before this. Let's say he's walking along the ravine trying to find an opening to cross when the farmer Gene Green, who's farming next to it, spots him and says, "Hey, you're that kid Dwayne. I'm going to call the police." But then Dwayne has a heartfelt moment with Gene where he tells him about his story and how he wants to prove his one true friend's innocence in a crime. So, he's like, "You gotta play me this song." The Rock says, "I don't even know what that is." So Gene Green takes out a cassette tape and he plays the song on the cassette tape.
He plays the song on the cassette tape, and we find out here. I didn't think I'd have to go here, but we find out here that Gene Green is a multiversal traveler from Earth, like our Earth, where me and you are right now. So he knows about The Rock. So this is where The Rock, in every movie he kind of just plays The Rock. So I think in this movie he's also playing The Rock, and that's how this multiversal guy recognizes The Rock. So he's like, "You have to sing the song." Obviously, Dwayne from the movie doesn't know what the song is
But
because
the
he's not
actor
from that
does.
universe. But the actor does. So Gene Green teaches him quickly how to shift his brain between multiverses and we get a little like everything everywhere all at once type scene. Then he sings his little song, grabs the helicopter, and in the air he learns how to not only shift his brain but shift the world around him. So he shifts the helicopter into a fully functional helicopter and takes it all the way to Salem. Then, once he's there, he starts manipulating the area around him in the world, and that's how he frees his buddy Michael Myers. Michael Myers embraces him with a hug because he turns maybe the jail cell he's in into a bouncy house, maybe.
Okay.
And that's how he gets out. But still, he needs to prove his innocence he needs to prove Michael Myers' innocence. So, Ethan, how do you think he's going to prove Michael Myers' innocence?
Well, that's simple. He has found Michael Myers' alibi.
Mm-hmm.
So, the first 3 crimes occurred before Michael Myers even went to Salem. So, that's how The Rock knew the whole time that it wasn't Michael Myers. Because on those days, Michael Myers was hanging out with The Rock.
Mm-hmm.
So he went and did some digging, and he found out that in this town, there's also Jigsaw.
Mm-hmm. Jigsaw.
And
they...
what's another killer that kills people with knives? I don't actually know.
Kills people with knives. We can say Freddy Krueger. He has finger knives.
He finds out that Freddy Krueger also lives here, and he sees Freddy Krueger's comical finger knives, and he says, "Look at that guy. He definitely killed those people."
And then he's like, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. Why are you saying I did it? Because in this universe, for some reason, Freddy Krueger is not like a dream demon. He's just a guy.
And then they prove he did it by taking his knife fingers and putting it in the knife cuts of the dead bodies, and they fit perfectly.
They fit perfectly. And then Michael and Dwayne take the helicopter back to Chicago, Illinois, and on the way back to Chicago, Michael finally decides to say his first line of the movie and says to Dwayne, how are you able to frame that Krueger guy? I did kill those people. And Dwayne goes, it's all about the multiverse. Cut to credits. It's revealed in that moment. It's revealed that Dwayne uses multiversal warping powers to warp the cuts inside those people to fit Freddy Krueger's claws. He framed Freddy Krueger for those murders, which is fine because he's also a murderer. But yeah. And then what's the credit song?
It's "You're Welcome" from Moana.
It's "You're Welcome" from Moana. So, whole movie they meet in elementary school, and once Michael Myers moves away, Dwayne needs to find him. He hears about some murders that Michael is being accused of, and steals his mom's car. As he steals his mom's car, he's on the run from the cops with many different disguises. But then once he runs into the Great Massachusetts Gorge, he finds Farmer Gene Green, where he gives him the biggest disguise maker ever, which is access to the multiverse. And he can now shapeshift things around him into whatever he thinks they should be, and he frees him by framing Freddy Krueger. So, what do we think the name of this movie is?
It's called like Class M for multiverse.
Class M. Okay.
And also, all the other students in his class are like characters. We're not going to get into them all, but there's like 20 other students, and they're all like different characters from different universes.
Yeah, and that's how we foreshadow the whole multiverse thing, because that does, like when we were just describing it, come out of nowhere.
So, there you go. Now
there
it
you
makes
go.
sense. There was
Class M.
There was no original characters in this movie. All the characters come from like different universes.
The Rock's mom is just like
She's
the mom from
Sue
like
Storm.
She's Sue Storm, and then the dad is just like the dad from like Home Alone.
He's Malcolm's dad.
He's Walter White.
Or maybe Walter White's the teacher. But there you go, Class M for multiverse.
Class M for Class Multiverse. All right, Ethan, are you ready for the final movie? That one was. What do you think was our best? I think the Goku movie was the best movie.
I think the Goku movie.
That movie was kind of great. Okay, now we're gonna go to movie number 4. We still have one reroll left. Let's see what we've got. Here is the genre of the movie.
All right, what do we got?
A Christmas special.
Okay.
A Christmas special starring.
Is that Bigfoot? Is that Bigfoot?
We got Bigfoot. We got a Christmas special starring Bigfoot. That takes place in
Barnes and Noble?
Ethan, do you want to use any of our rerolls on any of those things? Christmas special, Bigfoot, or this?
Let's change Christmas special.
Okay, we'll change Christmas special.
I'm not feeling very festive.
Okay.
All right, let's see. What do we get? What does that say?
A Muppet movie. Character is the only human or / non-Muppet.
You're going to take a big portion of the wheel here because I don't know what the Muppets usually do.
The thing they usually do is just they make a plot and randomly someone is just Kermit the Frog. It just can't have like murder or anything in it because it just has to be like lighthearted.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start it off with the Bigfoot in the Barnes and Nobles and you add the Muppet aspect.
Okay.
So,
how about you just you do the plot and then randomly I'll say which character, what the other characters are.
So let's say it starts off with Bigfoot in the Muppet house for Muppets in Space.
Uh-huh. Let's say Bigfoot is a good friend of the Muppets.
He's a good friend of them and he says, "Oh guys, I've just finished my last book," because he loves books.
Mm-hmm.
So he says he has to go to Barnes and Noble. So he
and then
heads
Kermit's
out.
Kermit says, "Wow, he's such a scholar, that Bigfoot. I sure hope nothing bad ever happens to him."
But let's say this: they don't follow him to Barnes and Nobles.
They all stay in the
later.
Muppet house. Yeah, they all stay in the Muppet house.
So he goes by himself to Barnes and Nobles, and he's starting to look at the movies. He's browsing through the sections. You know, he's on the non-fiction section, cookbooks. He's on the horror section. He can't settle on which one. While he's doing this, the Muppets, they learned something. I'm going to let you develop what this something is, but they learned something that Bigfoot needs to know.
They learned something that he needs to know, not something about him.
Not about no. Like they need to tell him this. So
they learn, that this Barnes and Noble, they're watching the news all together, as you know the Muppets do. They find out that specific Barnes and Noble, like their local Barnes and Noble that the Muppets usually go to, Bigfoot and the Muppets, is being used as a cryptid capture center, because this is a in the Muppets universe, for some reason, a lot of these there's either Muppets or there's cryptids, and the government, which is composed of human Muppets, not humans, just human Muppets, like the hecklers in the Muppet Show. They really hate cryptids, and they want to do little science experiments on them because they're the government, classic government stuff. And the Muppets, they deal with the government. a lot. But anyways, the Muppets find out that this is going to be a cryptid capture place, but this is Bigfoot's favorite place to go. He loves Barnes and Noble. So, once Bigfoot walks into the Barnes and Noble, he sees a few odd things. Like he sees the Loch Ness Monster in a giant cage, and he sees the Chupacabra inside of a blender. But he doesn't think anything of it. He just thinks that's normal Muppet things in his Muppet world.
He just thinks they chose to do this.
He just thinks, oh, well, that's just old Nessie up there being in her cage. But he's like, okay, well, I'm just going to go look at the books. And he browses the books just like Ethan was saying earlier. And Ethan, what do the Muppets do after they find out this information?
They try to go to the Barnes and Nobles, but they can't get in.
They
It's
can't get
locked.
in. It's locked.
And there's guards outside.
With guns. With
So-
real guns.
So then the Muppets, they realize they can't save him directly, so they have to find a way to indirectly save him. So they go to the government.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they talk to the humans.
They talk to the humans and they plead Bigfoot's case. But they say no. They say no and they heckle them. And they send them back to Muppetville. And meanwhile, this whole time, Bigfoot does not realize that he's under attack by these people. He's still browsing.
Reading a book.
He started
picked
reading
out
a book.
And he started
He
reading.
did.
He's like, let me see if I like this one. So he's invested in his book. He doesn't even notice that the humans are like pointing guns at him and yelling at him. He's too absorbed in his book.
He's too absorbed in the book because pretty close to when he walked in, he walked up to a probably Ernie. He walked up to Ernie and he says, hey buddy, when does this Barnes and Noble close? And Ernie, with fear in his eyes and a gun behind him, hears the government say, it's open 24/7. And Ernie says, it's open 24/7. And Bigfoot says, that's great. So he doesn't even rush trying to like stop reading his book or anything. He's like, oh, I'm here 24/7. I'm gonna pick out a book I really want. So that's why he's
put on his noise canceling headphones.
Yeah, his Raycon headphones, his Raycon noise canceling headphones. He puts them on and starts reading his book with ambient noise in the background.
So he doesn't notice that the government is trying to capture him because he's too heavy. They can't pick him up, and he's not responding to them. So he's just sitting down reading the book while they're trying to build some sort of contraption to capture him.
To capture him, and they're afraid of shooting him because they want to do experiments on him. They'll shoot anyone that comes near or tries to stop them. Besides the Muppet crew, who pull up at the front door and they're like, actually, you can't come in, sir.
So the Muppets, they go to the government and they say the government's heckling them. And then you said what do the Muppets do?
The Muppets, they go back home. They go back home because they need to regroup.
So then they pick up their good friend Animal, who wasn't there originally. And Animal, he goes there and he goes to the Barnes and Nobles where his girlfriend is, also from Muppets in Space.
It's a reoccurring character.
So he walks up and she's like, "Oh, it's so good to see you again. Oh, we could go inside for a second and, talk." Animal's like, "Animal." And then they go inside. Animal looks back at the Muppets and winks. He winks.
He winks. He doesn't have the capabilities to do that, but he does. He does it in this moment. And everyone's shocked. Even like Gonzo says something like, wow, I didn't know he could do that.
And
then Kermit's like, come on, guys. That was the signal. So.
And then they all go to the back entrance where Animal lets them in.
Animal lets them in. And So where is? I'd like to imagine that Bigfoot is nestled up in like the kids area of Barnes and Noble.
He's sitting in the chair where they read the books to the kids.
Yeah, he's sitting there reading, and so they have to get to the kids section, which is at this Barnes and Noble on the second floor. It's on the other side on the second floor, so they have to like end up going up the escalator, which is in the middle of the Barnes and Noble. This turned from just like a Muppet. This is a heist movie now. A heist for Bigfoot.
So here's maybe something we could. This is a suggestion. What if the Muppets brought Bigfoot's favorite food?
Okay, which is
meat lovers lasagna.
Meat lovers lasagna, because they took it out of his fridge. His specific fridge, because all the Muppets share a fridge, but Bigfoot has his own fridge because they respect him too much.
They know it's been a while, and they figure he would have been hungry, but he wasn't. He didn't even feel hungry until he smelt it. He smelt it. He looks up, and he realizes that what's going on around him. He's not happy.
He's not happy, and this is where he has the ultimate crash out. He attacks all of the government people. And the Muppets are like, wait, Bigfoot, wait, we have your food. And they're on the first floor, so Bigfoot doesn't hear him. He still has the Raycons in. But he just sees everything that's going on around him, and he sees everyone with all the government people. They have little IDs that say, we're in the government.
It doesn't say any specific agency. It just says government.
It just says government. That's all it says. And Bigfoot crashes out. And he attacks all of them. And this only worsens the situation. Because once he crashes out, he throws a government employee that hits Gonzo in the face.
Ooh.
Fozzie makes a joke. And that's going to
leave a mark.
Ooh, that's going to leave a mark. But this is when all the government employees see that the Muppets have snuck into the Barnes & Noble.
So, now they turn their attention from Bigfoot to the Muppets because they're like, you're not supposed to be here.
You're not supposed to be here. If anyone finds out what we're doing with all these cryptids, then...
And that's when Bigfoot notices that the Muppets are there being attacked. And he comes in and he tackles the president who's there.
President of the government.
And when he tackles him, that actually enacts a law in the Muppet world that if the president is defeated in hand-to-hand combat, the winner gets to become the new president.
And if the loser, whoever they are loses, they get to shoot Bean Bunny, which is a Muppet. They get to shoot him if they lose. So Bigfoot and President, what's his name?
President Jim and Bigfoot start to square off. Bigfoot takes out his Raycon headphones because he knows this law that the audience doesn't know the law. So luckily enough, we have Sam the Eagle show up, and he starts reading the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence and stuff like that. And he starts reading the law that says that if a president is attacked, then immediately, it's like a Pokemon battle. It immediately starts up a battle. The winner becomes president. If the opposing person wins, they become president. The loser gets to shoot Bean Bunny. So is Bean Bunny here?
Bean Bunny's there. He said, guys, I don't usually go on any of these missions, but I love Bigfoot. I think I'll join this time just because.
What is this like hatred for Bean Bunny, you guys?
It's just a bit.
You want him to die? You hate him?
I feel like he's the one. If they killed one of them, they would kill him. He's kind of like their punching bag in like
the
early 90s or whatever. He was like their punching bag or something. Because they would just like smack him around and he'd just fly across the screen.
So, Bigfoot, obviously, it's a close fight, but Bigfoot wins.
Mm-hmm.
And
Because we can't
in
shoot
the
Bean Bunny.
Bigfoot punches the president, knocks out one of his teeth, and in that same motion, the president takes his gun that he had the whole time and shoots Bean Bunny as he's falling to the floor, falls to the floor, out cold.
So where is Bean Bunny shot? In the leg?
He's shot in the leg.
And Bigfoot's like, no! No! Bean Bunny! What
But
am I
now,
going to do?
Bigfoot is president, so he owns the government. He can tell them what to do.
Mm-hmm.
So he tells them to save
I got it.
Bean Bunny.
I got it. Bigfoot, this whole time, luckily he realizes he was reading a book on how to heal gunshot wounds. On Muppets, specifically.
Okay.
So, since he's president, he tells every government person to bring all the necessary people to heal Bean Bunny's wound. He calls them all up, and they save Bean Bunny. And then what happens to the government people after Bigfoot's president?
They all get impeached.
They all get impeached. Yeah. And Bigfoot's new cabinet is all Muppets.
And Bigfoot releases the JFK files.
He does, yeah. Because he said, if I don't have to be hidden anymore, why should they? And that is a famous speech he gave in the Muppet universe.
And he also passed a law providing equal rights to the cryptids.
Equal rights to the cryptids and equal rights to Bean Bunny.
So, what is this one called?
Or the Muppets Save Bigfoot.
I like the Muppets Save Bigfoot.
Uh-huh.
What is your favorite movie that we did?
Favorite movie? Let me rank them, I guess. So
Okay.
I think the favorite one was the Goku and Mr. Beast one, because I honestly could see that as a real movie. I mean, I could see a lot of these as real movies. Maybe not the Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson one.
Yeah, that one was kind of crazy.
That one was kind of insane. Because
I think the Moon one was the most like real movie.
So I think Moon one was like the most real movie with like original characters. I liked that one. And so we have the Moon one. No, I think number one, I'm still picking Goku versus Mr. Beast.
Okay.
And then I'm doing Love on the Moon.
Okay.
Then I'm doing Muppets Save Bigfoot. Then I'm doing the Dwayne, what is the Class M?
Class M.
Class M. I think that's my ranking of our movies we did today.
I'm gonna go, for me, it's gonna be, what was it, Love on the Moon or something?
Love on the Moon, yeah.
I'm gonna do Love on the Moon. I'm gonna do The Power of P, Race to the White House.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do Muppets Save Bigfoot, and then at the end I'm gonna have Class M, because Class M sounds like the worst movie out of all.
I think we both saw the vibe of it being a bad movie like halfway in, and we just like kind of went with it.
Let me add this in.
Mm-hmm.
If Muppets Save Bigfoot has any like musical elements of like they sing, it's at the last place.
What do you mean?
Like the only Muppet movie I've seen is the Muppets from Space.
Mm-hmm.
That one they people were pissed because the Muppets don't sing, but it sounds like usually Muppets sing.
Mm-hmm.
If Muppets Save Bigfoot, if they sing in that movie, I'm putting it behind Class D. It's going in 4th place.
Oh my god. Oh my, you hate musicals that much?
I hate them.
Oh my god, dude.
I said Class D, Class M.
Class M, yeah. You were thinking of Dwayne.
Class M could be like maybe an interesting movie. I don't want to see the Muppets singing about our friend Bigfoot. He is the best friend ever.
He is the best friend ever. But then they could have like a fun song about like, we need to save Bigfoot. We need to save Bigfoot. We da 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 da. He's in the Barnes and Noble. I don't know. That's why I don't write Muppet songs, dude.
Chat in the comments. Rate your favoriteest ones.
Rate your favorite movies down below and say if you ever want us to make these movies.
We cannot make these, bro. We cannot make a single one of these.
We can make the moon one, maybe.
With what? How are you getting an anthropomorphic moon and a race of bug people? How are you making that, bro?
With CGI.
Bro thinks he got CGI.
Nah, we'll figure it out. We'll just make Ethan the moon.
Oh, my bad. The bug people are like dandruff.
I think if we had the moon as like a person, we could do that. Like
They're
it's
like
the
lice.
Teletubby baby son, but like the moon.
I don't know. Chat in the comments. Write your ranking and then have a 3-paragraph essay about why you ranked them in that order, and add a final paragraph at the end after your 3 paragraphs about why you ranked them. Add another paragraph about if you like the last one that you ranked the worst, how you would change it to make it better.
Mm-hmm.
I'm expecting to see these. I'll grade them.
He'll grade them. They're all due on 11:59 on Friday. The what's this Friday coming? Not this Friday,
September like 5th or something. I don't know.
September. Okay, guys. Yeah, Ethan will be grading all of these, and they will be due at 11:59, on Friday, September 6th. So, I expect you all to have them in, and all of you to log in on the Zoom at 8 a.m. next week on Dawg Talk.
Yes, class.
Yes, class.
Class M dismissed.
See you guys next week.